I wonder how you open this thing. This is what I got from Amazon. High cholesterol kind of runs in my family. My mom calls me and said she thinks green tea helps with high cholesterol. So I went on Amazon and I got this box of tea. And I read some of the reviews. The reviews were pretty good when it comes to lowering cholesterol. So I don't think I have high cholesterol, but hey, you can never be too careful. So I bought this tea. I haven't tasted it yet. Do you have nails that you can open it up? By the way, guys, welcome to our channel. It's a Thanksgiving day, and we are so glad you're here. We thought we'd hop on here for just a few minutes and give you an update on our life. Do you need a knife? Let me get a knife.
That's strange. I can usually open it.
So this knife is pretty thick. But if you get a box of this tea, have a knife handy because you might not be able to open it very well.
It's pretty sturdy plastic.
Yes.
That they wrap
I should read what it does. So it does. It's a lot in Chinese. This tea is specifically designed for normal cholesterol and triglyceride maintenance. This tea contains selected hawthorn berries, and there's some words I can't pronounce. You know, a lot of different teas, and I guess it's supposed to help with your cholesterol. We'll see. As far as I know, I don't have high cholesterol, but my mom's always looking for ways to make sure her cholesterol isn't too high. So she was doing some research on green tea, and she said she thinks that she heard some reviews that it does. Green tea helps lower cholesterol, so we'll see. Cholesterolipid, something like that. I'll try to post a link in the description if you'd be interested. But anyway, let's give it a try. So, hon, how was your day out in the woods looking for wild game?
No success.
Hunting season is going to be over real soon. And you're still looking for that 30-point buck, right?
Man, I'm looking for any kind of buck right now.
Or doe, probably.
We don't really, I mean, we have a decent amount of meat. Morgan and Jerome each got deer. And Jerome and Morgan each got elk too. So we're pretty well set. So there's not really a big push to fill all the tags, because we have 2 elk and 2 deer in the freezer, and but they're getting kind of scarce and hard to find. A couple more days left in the season.
Libby has had an outbreak of
they had CWD a couple of years ago, and they're issuing quite a few more tags in the last 7-8 years, maybe less. And so there's quite a few that anyway, they issued quite a few more tags over the last half a dozen years anyway, and the deer population is not as high as it used to be.
That's good, because I used to hit a deer almost every year. They were so popular and numerous out here. So I'm really thankful that the population is down a little bit, especially for our insurance.
Yeah.
This tea tastes good. It just tastes like green tea. And it is supposed to help with cholesterol. So the last I checked, I don't think my cholesterol is high, but still like taking stuff that maintained, because it does kind of run in our family, high cholesterol.
Really? Mm-hmm. It's right at 2 years now that we've moved into this place. I don't know, did we record it 2 years ago? But we moved in day before Thanksgiving, and it's now been 2 years, and some of the things, well, the inside of the house doesn't look much different. I have not finished everything yet. Been working on the outside. When we moved in, it was cleared enough to put the house in, to drive trucks around the house for concrete, etc. We couldn't really go out the back door. It was just boulders. And if you guys have followed us, you guys saw us clean that all up, prep it, get some grass growing, a little bit of grass, not much. And in the meantime, in the last 2 years, we had a building that we moved here, and that was my little shop. I had all my product at another place that I was renting. And then in the meantime, we built the shop that we have now. And we kind of built it back away from the house because there was a huge brush pile in the way. I'm talking all the trees that were in the area of the house, whatever. And it was a huge stack. And I didn't want it too far back in the trees, but we trimmed some of the pile, took the skid steer, pushed it forward, and then built the shop, or got it framed, or I think we might have had some of the shell there. And then the month of April we burned, and it was quite a deal. We had so much brush around here, and it was pretty smoky here for about a week till we got that all done.
Yeah, that was almost 2 years ago. Or when did we burn it? Year and a half ago.
April it would have been. Yeah.
So you're here in Libby. They have a designated month where you can burn brush piles. I went in, got a permit, and we were able to burn. Yep.
We did that, and then this summer we started building. Well, getting back to the shop, we kind of worked on it as we had time between jobs. And it was it this spring that we stained it?
I don't remember when we stained it.
We went one winter that it was not stained. And then the following spring we finally got that done. And then this year I finally buckled down and built the barn.
The little chicken coop,
Yeah, the barn, chicken coop. Reason for that is the chickens were just in a greenhouse, like a hoop house style with tarps over it. And in the wintertime, it was damp in there, like high humidity, not very dry. And I was very concerned about predators getting in there. We did have dogs that tore into it, and they kind of went through, but it kept the rain and snow off of them. But we finally got that done. You guys, if you followed, you saw that process. And we recently just had 2 hens that sit on eggs. They're hatched. One has half a dozen chickens, the other one chicks, and the other has 5. So we have 11 total. And some of the chicks that we hatched this past spring are starting to lay. Yesterday I got 20 eggs. I have not checked how many we've got today. So
I may be just making some homemade noodles.
Yeah, they've really, really picked up.
Yeah.
Especially if you have younger ones that start laying.
Yep. Homemade noodles is maybe something I'm going to have to make in the next few weeks.
But there's still a lot of work to do. In the back here, we want to pour a concrete for a patio. We want to have a post and beam style to cover that. And then the whole roof system is going to tie in with that. So the back part of the roof has not been redone.
Yeah.
And the other thing that is really going to make it look a lot nicer, the house, is the foundation area. We want to put rock on that.
Yep. And I would like on the outside to have like a gas stove, where I could do my canning.
Yes.
That would be nice.
Yeah, outside, like a summer kitchen area back there for, do the canning so that it doesn't heat up the house. And it's nice to have the mess outside.
On the outside, yeah. And we're also planning remodeling the kitchen. So we got a lot of things we have planned.
Yeah, the kitchen cabinets here are not made to be used as hard as they're being used. With boys and everything, they're economy grade material is what they are, and if you use them hard, they just don't last. One of the things that we do want to do is we want to, on the one side of our house, on the dining room, the living room area, is carpet, and it's kind of looks a little patchy.
It needs to come out.
Where we took the one divider wall out, and in the entrance I have to add some material there and we want to redo the whole floor, the kitchen, the hallway, living room, dining room, entrance, redo everything so that everything works. And with our family experience, I don't want to do the snap together flooring. I've seen it shrink, the engineered flooring. You know, that might be fine for folks that don't live in the country, but we have boys.
They bring their wet shoes in
Accidents
here,
happen.
snow, rain.
And then the floor swells.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people think it's lower class, lower grade, cheap. In my opinion, there's not much that beats the sheet linoleum. It's
Or
fully
tile.
adhered, or tile. It's fully adhered. It's waterproof. If water gets on it, it's not going to damage.
I definitely need something that is waterproof
Yeah.
because with so many boys running in and out, and I do a lot of cooking and baking, and I just need something that if I spill something on the floor,
Yeah.
it's not going to damage the floor. And I think that, what is it called? That snap-on flooring.
Snap together flooring.
Snap together flooring. I just think there has to be another option.
There is. The thing I don't like about it is when it first came out, like 25 years ago, they were saying this stuff is the best flooring that's ever been made. It'll last, long, long time. Way better. Well, guess what? Some of those areas I've seen, like by doors, where the doors might have been left open, traffic coming in and out, getting damp, the sun hits it, it expands and shrinks, and pretty soon you've got an area in front of the door that looks terrible. It's weathered, it's warped, it's shrunk. Myself, not a huge fan of snap together flooring. Whether it be 100% vinyl, that stuff will shrink. I've seen so much of that stuff that will shrink. The wood engineered snap together flooring is fine for folks that don't use it as hard as we do. I do like the idea of the fully adhered linoleum that is glued down in like 8-inch wide by 4-foot long strips. I'm not sure if we're going to do that. And the reason I like that, if for whatever reason something gets damaged, you can peel one piece off and replace it. I really do like that idea,
yeah.
But I don't know if I have quite the ability to do that. They did that, remember the floor that they installed in our school? That's the way that is.
Oh, okay.
And I think they have to have the correct underlayment. They apply the glue and then they apply the strips of linoleum, but it's pretty expensive. It's industrial grade. I might have to look into that.
Yeah, that would be good. We definitely need something that is hard, waterproof, and will hold up. 4 big boys running around. How did your Thanksgiving go? Did you spend time with family? Did you do the cooking? Let us know in the comments.
I know a lot of times when I was growing up, we usually went somewhere, went to family, had family over. But occasionally it was really nice just to have the immediate family at home and just kind of chill.
Yeah, I actually enjoy having a huge gathering. I enjoy parties. I love hosting parties. But my personal family, my brothers and sisters, we're all kind of homebodies. So we all like to have kind of a space at home.
Yeah.
But it is fun to get together, and it's so enjoyable hanging out with, cooking for my family. And that's what I did today. Pretty much the whole 9 yards. I made a sugar-free pumpkin dessert. It was my pumpkin custard recipe that I posted just a few weeks ago.
Something I often think about on Thanksgiving is, when I grew up, I had siblings and family. Like I said previously in one of the other videos, my 3 oldest siblings were married and grown up, gone before I basically had my first memories. Like I don't remember them living at home. My oldest sister is 20 years older than me. And I remember the first time I went to my brother Chester and Miriam's house. And this might be surprising, but I was 17 the first time I went
Before
to that.
you, because he was the youngest, so you were stuck with doing the chores,
I was
right?
youngest. I was always, well, they went, I remember my dad and brothers went to help him build his house. He had a sale one time, and they went there numerous times, and I was either in school, someone needed to stay home to do chores.
Yeah, and you were the one, because you were the youngest.
I was 17 the first time I went to, went along to visit.
Yeah.
And
one thing that I was going to have today with our Thanksgiving feast was cranberry sauce. And I completely forgot about cranberry sauce.
that's something we never had at home.
I like
And
cranberry
it's
sauce. It is so good. It's that tart sweetness that goes along with the potatoes and gravy.
You might as well eat Jell-O.
I like Jell-O too. I'll take Jell-O too.
To me, it's like going through the motions. It's like the flavor is just, I wouldn't walk across the street for it.
No, I like it. Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
But Marvin doesn't like pickles. He doesn't like anything sour. He doesn't like pineapples.
I like pickles if they're spicy. Remember the spicy?
Oh yeah,
pickles
you
in
do
there?
eat my spicy pickles.
I like those. It's amazing. I'll eat those out of the jar if they're spicy. But just that vinegar flavor is like...
I will make myself a brine of vinegar, salt, and numerous different kinds of seasonings and eat it with vegetables.
What were some of the Thanksgiving traditions that you had at home?
When I was growing up, Thanksgiving, we didn't really celebrate Thanksgiving when I was very, very young. We were very old order Amish, and for some reason my parents didn't really celebrate, or I didn't remember celebrating Thanksgiving. We may have, I just didn't really remember. One of my first memories of celebrating Thanksgiving was in our home in Pennsylvania. A family invited us over, and it was so special. I still remember some of the things they had to eat. It's a beautiful memory. But we always celebrated Christmas at home. Did you celebrate Christmas? Did you get gifts?
No, we didn't do the gift thing.
So the gifts is the main part. If you don't celebrate gifts, did you celebrate it? We grew up, now some Amish families do not give gifts.
You know, I think I'm not going to say we didn't do gifts, but it wasn't like you guys did, like all wrapped up. I mean, we might have given each other something or whatever, but it wasn't like the table loaded down or gifts wrapped or anything like that. We did in school though. I remember exchanging names and doing the gift exchange, and boy, that was quite a thing.
Yeah. So when I was growing up, we did not celebrate like with Santa or a Christmas tree. The way we did gifts is my mom and dad we had these special glass brown plates every Christmas. We would set the table with no spoons, forks, or knives, but just set the plates. And that night, Mom and Dad would get up and they would fill our plates with candy, oranges, maybe some socks. And one year, my sister Esther and I got a beautiful doll. And this doll was a boughten doll. Up until now, we had homemade dolls that Mom would make. So this one, I think, was our first boughten doll. And I just remember, we just were almost beside ourselves with excitement. And that was when I was around maybe 9 or 10. We had so much fun, and those were just some really good memories. And when Dad had a good job, Dad worked numerous different jobs. He worked for another Amish guy who had a fencing crew, and he made good money. So I remember that year for Christmas, we all got big Christmas gifts, and he bought a scooter. We were not allowed bicycles, but we were allowed scooters.
Where was this? Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania. And I just remember that Dad had this huge white scooter on the table, and of course it was all of ours. We had to share, and it was so much fun, and the table was just loaded with all kinds of fun things that Mom and Dad got. And often they would source their gifts from Goodwills, but we didn't care. If you have a Christmas story, a Thanksgiving story, we'd love to hear from you. So leave it in the comments.
Yeah. So that's kind of a recap of the last 2 years, kind of overall, kind of the big picture.
Yeah.
We've cleared quite a few more trees out. Obviously, we cleared an area where the barn is, where the shop is, the garden, put the garden fence in. Spent 3 days on the skid steer, raking rocks, picking up rocks, and spent just a horrendous amount of time doing that. And then this spring, I have this power rake, or I'm not sure what it's called. It's Did I show that?
Yeah,
those rubber paddles.
In one of our videos, I showed that, and I don't even remember which one.
And I went through the whole lawn around here that we mow, not the end over there where we let grow. But there's a lot of rocks that are still kind of buried. You can kind of see the tops; they're half sticking up, and it didn't pick those up. And I was thinking, we're going to have to go out with the screwdrivers and pick all those up and then rake it again. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? The little four-wheeler that we have that the boys run around with, they ran over the lawn all the time. That kicked, I think, just about all those rocks up that I was thinking we're going to have to do. So the boys having fun actually saved us a lot of time. So next spring, I will be going over that again with the whole lawn. With that, and it has rubber paddles, and it's like a power rake.
Yeah.
All the debris, all the rocks, everything is cleaned off. And then next spring, what I should do is I should get all the compost fertilizer here this fall, because a lot of times in the spring when you should be reseeding and fertilizing, the roads are closed because of spring breakup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to see if the Kalispell Creamery, if they load fertilizer.
Yeah, we should make sure to get our fertilizer all set and ready for the garden next spring, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm already excited about the garden.
I don't know if I'm going to put more fertilizer. I don't think I'm going to put more compost on the garden because it was still somewhat acidic. And all that stuff is still breaking down, but I would like to put a heavy layer on the lawn.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd like to reseed it. I reseeded a lot of it this spring, and it didn't really do anything. And I noticed I do have, in the area back here where I hauled topsoil in, there was some seed that came with it. And I think it's called stork's build. And it is coming absolutely thick. There's like a completely green carpet coming up through. Some people say it's invasive. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if it maybe that's something that's hardy and does good with drought, where it stays green. And if we don't have a lot of water, thinking if I can have something that stays green, I'll just leave it.
Yeah,
they say that the wildlife likes it.
Oh,
and so
one of the things, we don't have much water here, so
yeah.
We try to ration our water throughout the day so that everything gets watered just a little bit.
This summer, we never really watered the lawn. We just kind of gave up on it. Didn't have enough to keep it green anyway. So,
yeah.
And we got tired of running out of water. Household use, the garden, and if once we run the well dry, it's an hour before we have water again.
Yeah. So thank you, guys. This is just a short catch-up of our week.
Yep.
We love to hear from you. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe.
Hope
and thank you for watching. And also stay tuned for my next video, because right now I'm in the process of editing the build to our barn.
The entire thing.
Yeah,
wow.
the entire thing. So it's taking me a while. So that video will drop, I'm hoping, this weekend, if I can get it edited in time.
Happy Thanksgiving.